You probably have very big dreams, a very big intention to create something in your life. Talking to you. You probably found this because by the title or just by the energy and the transmission that you can feel from this video that drew you here, you're meant to hear these words, so welcome. And trust this message, and if it doesn't resonate, totally fine. But if it does, beautiful. But I really feel like I want to speak to those people, those souls like yourself, talking to you, who maybe you have something that you've wanted to create for a long time. It's been gestating in your being. It's been like simmering and brewing, and you feel it, but every time you go to create it or finish it, it doesn't feel like it's time yet, and you're like, you feel like you go 10 steps backward and maybe like 2 steps forward. Or maybe it's a dream that you feel like it was so strong at one point in your life, and then as time goes on, maybe a couple days, a couple weeks, or maybe it's like been a month since this sort of intention or vision has come about in your life, and you feel like it's kind of died, and you're like, where did it go? What the heck? Where's my creativity? This is a message for you because I want you to know. This is a very important quote that I live by every day now, that I've experienced this in my own life. So this is why also I'm saying all this, because not only is this like a transmission I feel is meant to find you, but this is something that I had to learn and I am learning. So I'm reflecting to you what I am going through as well, because you and I are on a similar frequency, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. But anyways, as I was saying, there is the need when we have, you know, certain times in our life, right? We are meant to essentially be in this cocoon phase. We're meant to be in a time, and that doesn't always mean dark. So maybe this for you, you are in a dark time, maybe you're in a great time. I believe what I'm talking about is separate from that. So you might, or the cocoon phase is often a time where, again, your visions, your dreams, your goals, those things that you want to create in your life, those soul desires and intentions, because we all come here, and I'm talking to you here. You come here, especially if you are a soul in this path awakening, which I trust that you are. If you're somebody awakening to who you are and what you want to do in this world and why you're here as a soul on Earth right now, on planet Earth. I don't even know where I was going with that. Yes, okay. When you are on that path, right, you start to wake up to your purpose. You start to wake up to the things that you're meant to do, because you're not just a random soul. You're on a mission here, you know, and what that means is like your soul is different from the average Joe Schmo, like the average human that's just kind of walking about their life mindlessly. You, as a soul who awakens, you start to wake up and remember those things that your soul, I have chills, that your soul said, oh, I came here to do this in this lifetime, you know. Your soul's like, oh, this is what I want to create. Maybe let's say that, let's just give this example. Let's say that you're a painter, and you might be. Let's say that you love to paint. You know, those gifts that you have as a painter, that's not just like a random gift that, you know, your human just kind of was like, let's do this. Your soul came here to be a painter. That's a fact, you know, and it goes for any profession, any passion, any career. You know, your soul handpicked that. And so I say that directly to you because, again, I trust that if you're watching this, you are somebody who came here to really live out a life that your soul handcrafted and created. And in that time, going back to the cocoon thing, because we're circling back here, is, you know, it takes some time, because oftentimes, and I'm hearing this again, I heard this earlier, our consciousness expands and awakens at a rate that's far greater and faster, unfortunately, than our human is ready for and our nervous system is ready for. So you might wake up, and this happens to me, I've woken up to the amount of things that my soul is here to do on planet Earth. When I tell you, like, I know the things I'm here to do when I'm 30, 40, like, I got visions for my life, the children, the family, all of it, the community I want to build. But it can't happen overnight. It can't. And unfortunately, to the human mind, it's a struggle. It's a stress, right? Our mind wants to be like, but why? I want to do it right now. I see it. Why isn't it happening right now? So yes, as I was saying, you know, again, your consciousness, it has all this awareness to all of these things that you're ready to do. And you're like, let's go. But your nervous system has to catch up. And oftentimes what this will look like is you will have to go through certain periods of your life where there's just more rest, there's more stagnation, or it feels at least that. I don't even think that it truly is. In fact, I feel called to say in this moment, cause confirmation, it isn't a time of stagnation. It just feels like that to our human body, because we live in a world, right, that's very fast paced and everything is constantly go, go, go. Nothing ever stops, ever. I mean, especially with technology and like the online world, literally nothing will ever stop from now on. And so it can feel like, well, I'm behind. Well, why do I have all these ideas, but like I'm not doing them? And what's the point? I came here as a soul to like be on this mission, but I'm just sitting here in silence and just resting. I'm like, I'm confused why nothing's moving along. I get that because I'm saying that from experience where I feel like I'm like wasting my life because I'm just sitting around and healing or just in the void. And I'm like, okay, spirit, what next? But this is important because, and why I feel it's resonant to you watching this is like, this is such a vital time. And what's happening in this, right? I literally see right now this like rainbow tornado. It's not actually a tornado because people associate that with like a destructive energy. But what I see is like there's a rainbow like I don't know another word for a tornado. There's like this rainbow spiral of energy in your body that is brewing and that is creating those intentions and those dreams to be played out at the time that they're meant to. So just trust that like in this time, if let's say you are experiencing a lot of rest, or a lot of people like to say ascension symptoms, I think it's funny, just those physical bodily symptoms and feelings and things that you process on this journey of awakening. A lot of it can be icky, it can feel gross, it can feel uncomfortable. I'll just speak from experience. For me, I've dealt with gut issues my whole life, and especially as like my psychicness has ramped up and I've just, you know, deepened into this journey, like it's gotten more and more intense, more and more worse, and I've had to really take time to rest and not feel like I need to go out and create when the priority here is my body. It's the physical vessel that I live in. And the same goes for you, okay? So trust that right now, if you are in this time, your dreams are gestating. They are literally being created as you speak. It's not that you have to wait and wish and hope and like count the clock, you know, or watch the clock. It's just trust that this is actually a sacred time. And I feel called to tell you too, is let yourself be in this time and honestly, honor it. I feel like I'm seeing right now like a king and a queen like on a throne. Like imagine like you're sitting back and make this time as beautiful as you want. Like make your home comfy and wear comfy clothes, eat nourishing juicy foods. I'm seeing like a king and queen like eating grapes off a vine and they're like sitting with their like cup of red wine and they're just like and they're just like, no, they're like not even worried about time. They're not even like thinking about the next thing that's on their schedule. They're just like, I'm gonna take as much time as I need. And that's what I feel is like we need to do this, right? Is you need to do this, is let this time be sacred and have fun with it. So I had a period of time this year where like 3 months of my life, and honestly probably more than that, but like a good solid 3 months was just straight up nervous system regulation. Like sitting in my room, in my home, I was cooking my meals, I wasn't really seeing anybody, I was humming, because humming, if you're not aware, it stimulates your vagus nerve. So I was just sitting in my bed like like regulating my nervous system, resting, lots of downtime, lots of frequencies playing in my room on my speaker. Like very little things did I do, but it was the most healing time for my nervous system. And it might feel boring to you, and again yours might look different. It might be like your daily walks are like what gets you in the zone of just like peace and meditation, which I think we should all be doing. Find those things that just bring you peace and aren't stimulating, because stimulation is too much. And I feel the need to say that, like I'm hearing the word stimulation, like maybe your life is a little bit too stimulated right now. Lots of music can do that, lots of like TV shows, and especially if you're in a sensitive time too, which you probably are, or all of us I think on this journey are sensitive beings. And a lot of times, and I'm guilty of this, it's so funny, I still don't learn, like watching a movie is like the most, like that movie will be in my mind for a week. It's like just doesn't stop. And I have to learn, like because I'm in a sensitive time and I'm just a sensitive being, I have to be really careful about like what I watch, because that energy affects me. And so I say the same to you, is like let this time be a time where you're not overstimulating yourself with TV shows, with reading all these like articles or social media or too many people in your life. Like really cut it down, and use discernment as well. Give yourself permission to fall in love with sacred alone time, with sacred nothingness, and with being by yourself, because it's a power move. I think a lot of people in this world don't know how to do that. And so it's a gift if you can learn how to just be by yourself for a long time. Not forever. It's not important, or it's important that we don't like isolate forever, but if you can get in that groove to like really love yourself and like be alone in nature, that's a big one too. I mean, that's the biggest one. Ground your feet into the earth, people. That's going to be important. Because I feel, especially too, I feel called to say this. What I do a lot is ground my energy down into the earth. So visualizing a red cord from like my head through my body, all the way down my feet into the earth, with roots growing from my feet. You feel like you're just like planted in the earth. So this is really important too, to just like let go of any energy that's in your body. But yeah, again, coming back to like what I felt was the message, the main message and transmission of this video is letting your dreams gestate. Everything that you desire, again, your soul handpicked. So those things that you're meant to experience. And I'm hearing the need to say this to you is that soul contracts, and I'll get into that, soul contracts and soul agreements, especially in this day and age right now, you know, for all souls that are on this journey, they're going to be played out. You know, yes, there's free will, but you don't have to worry about those things that you're meant to do or want to do, especially if they're a deep desire. And you're like, well, I don't know if it's meant for me, but I love it and I really want it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just the human mind wants it to occur at a speed that just does not match the soul level. Okay, so trust that and get excited too. I feel the need to get excited. I keep looking at this like pink, my altar has like this pink thing on it, and I'm trying to feel into like why. I just feel like, oh, this makes sense. Okay, I was hearing before this, okay, this makes so much sense. I'm just feeling a lot of feminine energy now and like pink. I'm seeing so much pink. Okay, I feel like you're meant to connect to pink. And again, if you're a man, doesn't matter. The energy of the pink, you know, rose or just pink in general, rose quartz, just that energy, if you form that bubble around you, it's like this nourishing little hug. Like, let it just hug you. So every day what you can do is like, you can imagine that there's this rose quartz bubble of light around you, and it's just healing you and it's protecting you, and this is just going to keep this soft energy within you. And I feel too like it's going to help like lessen the stress in you. So if that calls to you, definitely do that. And yeah, just remember, everything's gonna be okay. Those dreams are on their way, my love, and you are gonna fulfill the purpose that you're meant to fulfill in this life. I have no doubt about that. I have literally no doubt. And I just think that a lot of us worry. I think a lot of us get, I think too, I feel called to say this to you, I think it's really easy to doubt and stress, because the biggest reason, aside from just, you know, the human mind doubting and having fear, I think a lot of us, our soul, it has such a massive mission here to help a lot of people and do a lot of things that, again, the human mind can feel that. And so when it's like, well, it's not happening, it feels like you are not completing the mission that you came here to complete. It feels like you're failing, but you're not. I can promise you that. You are not failing. You never will. Just rest, enjoy, take this time, because I can promise you that like presents are on the way. I'm seeing a bunch of gifts, like abundance is on its way, in whatever form that looks like to you. It's gonna look different for every single person at a different time, but just trust it's all on its way. It's already here. And I don't even gibberish, guys. I don't even want you to feel like it's something that's like out of reach, that it's like you're waiting for. It's already occurring. I know that's hard to understand, but it's already here. Just trust that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the message, because otherwise I'll just keep saying trust over and over. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope this resonated. If it did, please throw that thumbs up on there. Would love that. And throw me a subscribe too if you're new. And I hope to see you in another video. And I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you so soon.